What's up, y'all? It's a good day to be aimlessly wandering the surface of the earth, and the wasps haven't gotten all my figs yet, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's take a look out here right outside the front door and see what we got going on with the native plants and the garden. Well, now my hands are sticky because of that fig, but it was good. What we got here? We got we got some kind of little bee in our Vernonia. The flower is Vernonia nova boracensis. Sell this at the nursery. I don't sell the bees. They kind of find it on their own. But pretty soon, all these other ones will open up and look like that. And that's going to be kind of crazy. We got a bumblebee over here, bumbling all over the Sochan flowers. And the Sochan's nice. It blooms really well. You see all that yellow out there. That's also Sochan. But it tends to get big and then flop over. And that has happened, and I've had to thin it out because it flopped over the walkway here and flopped over and kind of smushed that Maryland golden aster, which looks like it may be about to bloom soonish. But yeah, we got something stripping the leaves off of the senna up here, and it's these guys. But you know, so yeah, it's making the plant not look great, but that's kind of part of why you grow natives, because these will become butterflies. I think these are called sleepy gold butterfly caterpillars, or sleepy orange, sleepy something. They're sleepy. Look at them. Look at the sleepy little guys right there. But anyway, yeah, they're just eating it. They're just denuding the whole thing. It's flowering. It's funny because it's in the bean family. I want to say it's Infabaceae, but it's in that weird group that doesn't have the normal bean flowers. Senna hemicarpa. This may actually be a hybrid of Senna hemicarpa and Senna marylandica. Hemicarpa normally blooms up at the top and not little tufts out of each node like this. But I'm not sure, and they do hybridize, so whatever. Yeah, we got this garden right here, which is I've neglected. But let's check the further down gardens. Actually, before we check the further down gardens, let's see what we got over here, because we got a cool flower. Look at that. These things always just amaze me. They're just a crazy display. And it's got tons of fruit too. Look at that. So we got a lot of maypops. They're just kind of hanging in here everywhere, all up on this Japanese maple, just hanging like Christmas ornaments. So that'll be neat. This is Vernonia over here going off. Not quite, almost. This is just like that one over there, the crazy purple. So this will light up really purple too. Joe Pye weed about to go off. That'll be sort of a pinkish in the midst. So we're gonna have the yellow Sochan here. The what do you got over here? Who are you? Some kind of wasp? Yeah, it's that two-banded wasp thing that I've seen before. Yeah, it's not just butterflies and bees. Lots of things pollinate. But yeah, so we'll have the Sochan here going off with its yellow flowers. We'll have the bright hot pink purple of the Vernonia, and then the pink of the Joe Pye weed going off there. We got a mint down there, but it's not doing its thing quite yet. There is one down here that is. So we'll go check this out past these two random nursery beds that I got. We got just a really weedy garden up in there. These two top terraces I kind of ignored this year. We got some basil, some peppers. There's a ton of lemon balm right there. There's a ton of cantaloupe vines here, but no cantaloupes. I don't know why they didn't make anything this year. But yeah, now we're out here close to the lower garden beds, which I did take a little bit more care of this year, and the native beds out here. So I'm trying to kill off all this lawn. All of this used to be lawn, and now it's just up here by the septic infrastructure. The pipe that runs underground goes underneath this walkway down there, which I made recently out of wood chips. And it should keep going straight, but I kind of kinked it off to the left because we have a random pumpkin from my pumpkin throws. End of the year, every year I say, It's the, you know, 3rd annual pumpkin roll. And I stand up there, uphill next to the front door, and roll the pumpkin down at the end of the year once Halloween and everything's done. And that is the pumpkin that exploded out of it this last year. So we'll have Halloween pumpkins from that this year with 0 effort into it. You see, there's one forming right there. There's several that are already there. You can see them right over there, those little guys. And they're little small pumpkins, but it's just a volunteer. Like I said, 0 effort, so that's fine by me. Oop, soupy right there. Oof. Yeah, there's a pumpkin right there. I hate all this Japanese stilt grass. But yeah, those guys there, didn't plant them, didn't care for them, fertilize them, or clearly weed them or anything. There's another one in there, slightly bigger. These 2 over here. So free pumpkins, you know. Got a ton of other squash over here. Orchard's looking whatever. Need to do some maintenance around here. The pawpaws have come back after the deer attack last year. That fig's doing okay. I wonder if I got any figs on it. I'll check it out in a minute. But yeah, over here we've got tons and tons of squash. I planted 2 vines of North Georgia Candy Roasters. And so now I got just these things everywhere, and they're huge. Look at the size of this. I mean, it's like the size of, you know, a human thigh. Kind of looks like one too. We got those. So that's I mean, that's probably, you know, 6 or 7 pounds of squash right there, just that one. It's still making more. It is the reason why I don't have any tomatoes, because as you can see, there's a giant one up in there hanging from the tomato cage. So it choked out my tomatoes, tried to choke out the corn. But there are these, there's another one, another big one in there. There's 2 giant ones up in there where the tomatoes were. And so we got all the squash everywhere tucked up in here. There's another one. So there's that one, 2 up there. There's one right there I see. One over there. Those 2 there. Another one starting right there. Giant one right there. Another big one hanging from there. Probably missed a few in there that I can't see. They're over here. They've climbed up onto and then flopped over all of my sunchokes, so that'll be difficult to harvest. But I mean, they're just hiding. I mean, you see, we've seen so many, and there's so many more just in there, and they're all several pounds of food. So God knows how much this will produce in the end. But yeah, it's climbed all over the top of this, all these sunchokes. But these sunchokes did pretty well this year too. So down there in the dirt, there's a lot of food in those. The corn is at the end of its life and need to harvest that before it rots out here. But this is not sweet eating corn. This is flour making corn. And this one feels like it may not have gotten pollinated very well, but we'll see. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, this is corn that will dry, and some of it will nixtamalize and make hominy, and some of it will nixtamalize, dry, grind, and make cornmeal and corn flour for making tortillas. Out here we got a little native bed. Got some stuff about to pop off here. Vernonia looks like it's almost ready there. Got the senna over there still going off. See, now this one's doing more of that Hebecarpa thing. It's got more of a spike up top, but it also still has these little axillary clusters of flowers. So I don't know, maybe all these are hybrids that I've been raising. This Vernonia is about to go off too. Mountain mint doing its thing. So mountain mint does like a secondary flower display. So it has its little flowers that are kind of lavender purple, but to accent the flower locations, it creates this white waxy substance on the surrounding leaves. So down here where there are no flowers, they're just green leaves and they smell great. Up here they still smell great, but they are whitish around the flowers, and just a little extra accent that the plant's just doing that to attract pollinators. It's like a big landing strip there for them. We got the beautyberry here. I just planted that this year, so I don't think it's making any berries this year. Joe Pye weed is about to go off there. We got another mint there. A lot of cool stuff happening out here. That's Eupatorium serotinum. I didn't plant that. It's just was kind of a weed there, but it's a weed I don't mind. Oh, deer or something have come and eaten all the leaves off my little redbud sapling. Oh, that sucks. Hey, this beautyberry is gonna have berries this year. It's starting to flower there. That's neat. Yeah, deer came by. I don't know how deer got by my motion detector sprinkler over there. I did turn it on kind of late last night, so maybe they came through beforehand. That's frustrating. Ate some of my Joe Pye weed there. Still gonna flower though, looks like. Up in here we got a little palm tree there, one of our native palms. This, yeah, that beautyberry is gonna go too. The late purple aster is going. Well, it's coming back, I mean. Yeah, we got one Maryland golden aster flower there. That's quite strange. I got some more that are, yeah, this is about to light up. Got one early guy. So that's cool. Another mint there. Over here in the ditch garden, we've got, oh man, that would have been cool to get that. Get a picture of that. I'll get one later and add it in. But that flower's finishing up for the day. This is Hibiscus moschutus with tons of flowers getting ready to go. Some that will be going off tomorrow. Right here on the edge of my drainage ditch in the front yard. Another one of those sennas, which is sort of flopped over to the other side from this one. Some more mint. We got, that's a spice bush. There's culinary mint here, which is probably going to become a problem at some point. Some more of these Vernonias. Joe Pye weed. There's a little bit closer to flower there. Yeah. Got button bush there. Over here is another Hibiscus moschutus. We got a ton of these. This one looks like it might actually flower this year. This is Lobelia cardinalis. This is cardinal flower. This one, you see, it's got a kind of a scape thing going on right here, so it might go up and flower. Normally there's just sort of rosettes like that, and I didn't expect any of them to flower this year. There's another one over there. Thought they'd all stay rosettes, but this one seems to be maybe making a go for it. We'll see. Got a spice bush here, and something has eaten all of the leaves on it, which I'm kind of fine with because I know who did it. You see that leaf folded over right there? Well, somebody's made himself a little taco. That is a spice bush swallowtail caterpillar. I see his little face in there. Let me see if I can, I don't know, I don't want to disturb him too much, but they're funny looking little caterpillars. Well, let's see if I can show you guys. This is hard to film and do. Do you see him? His little fake snake face there. I'm not gonna open it up any more than that. Don't want to freak him out and get my corn. Anyway, yeah, another button bush there. And Joe Pye weed, another cardinal flower down in there. There's some sort of camelina or something popping up in there at some point. But yeah, that's that. And oh yeah, well, this is a weedy little edge right here, but I've got these Elephantopus. Wait till that car goes by. We got these Elephantopus flowers here, elephant's foot. So they are related to those Vernonias that we've been seeing, but they do this thing where they put up all these like branching structures here. They stay very low to the ground, just a whirl of leaves, which looks like that. And then when they start to bloom, they put up this sort of bifurcating structure that ends with these little triangles of leaves and those little pink flowers. A cool plant, and I saw a bunch of it over here. It seemed to be happy in its little environment, so I left it. Now I got all that. They're a little withered for the day, but they'll be opened up and more vibrant looking tomorrow. Some random asters there. But yeah, that's a fun thing. I'll get out here and pick more of this corn today. And we got our giant pokeweed here. So it's poisonous. There are ways to eat certain parts of it, but you got to know what you're doing so you don't poison yourself. I'm not going to eat them, but I am going to harvest these poisonous berries and use them as a dye, because they make a very vibrant pink purple dye. And apparently you can set it pretty easily without too much strange chemistry. So I'm going to make a crack out of that later on, see if I can dye a shirt or something, but not quite ready for me yet. Got to get some more berries than that. Crazy looking plant though. I mean, just look at this weird structure. It's no wonder that like all of the plant ID subreddits are just tired of identifying pokeweed. Everybody asks, what is this, when they see it? Well, good reason. I mean, it's a striking plant. Pink stems, red stems, long clusters of shiny berries that turn purple and look juicy and delicious. They're not, they're poisonous. Long flower spikes. Cool plant. Everybody hates it. More mint. There's another mint doing its weird white leaves around the flowers thing. And more of this senna. I already harvested all of my sorghum there. But yeah, that's that. Check it out. We got robber fly sex. They probably don't like me filming them.